Welcome to the latest chapter in the Chronicles of the Machines, in which we have been following the rise of our machine race from a single solitary star system to galactic domination. The story so far. In part 1, we saw the creation of the machine race and the founding of the first star system at Primus 1. We watched as this small-time bunch of sentient nuts and bolts began to expand out into the galaxy, taking their first steps towards the future. At the end of that part, war with the Trackpokian Republic was well advanced. Part 2 of these chronicles charted the conclusion of the war with the Trackpokian Republic, and attention turned towards two corporations, the Uindar and Larchax, who had formed themselves into a federation. They thought that might arrest the rise of the machines. Foolhardy species! Part 3 chronicled the mighty struggle between the machines and the corporations, with this conflict finally being resolved in Part 4. This video takes up the story 53 years after the end of the Uindar-Larchax conflict, and during that time changes have taken place in the galaxy. The Citizen Regime of Petoll-Pu grew from its own humble beginnings to take over the Domana Pact, which is now an ex-empire. The machines have discovered the knowledge to build gateways and are now seeding the galaxy with gateways in all sectors of the galaxy. I was going to say in all four corners of the galaxy, but you can't really have corners in a circular galaxy. The initial war plan was to go to war with the Alari Confederation and the Babaki Cabal, but for the past few years the Citizen Regime of Petoll-Pu have been hurling diplomatic insults at the machines, so it has now been decided to end the threats once and for all with mighty, strong and decisive action. This is where this chronicle takes up the story. It is now time to take out the Citizen Regime of Petoll-Pu. They have regularly been sending me insults, which is a very stupid thing to do considering my relative strength to theirs, so it's time to teach them a lesson. They are in a federation with the Narani Confederation, so they will at some point be brought into this battle, and at the moment I believe they are at war with the Sinor state, the Sin Empire and the Babaki Cabal. So I need to be aware of the situation in this neck of the woods, because the Sinor state may well try to take systems in that area. So the first things first is I need to declare war. Because, you know, if they keep insulting me...
Diplomatic alert. War protocols initiated.
If they're going to keep insulting me, then they can't be surprised if I decide to actually respond in kind. Although in my case, it's responding in force. So, I'm going to send this 34,000 fleet into Windner. Now, I know I am sufficiently large enough to easily take out these systems here. And therefore I can send this ship on a merry jaunt like so, and I can send this pair of fleets on a similar jaunt around the outer edge of the galaxy. In previous videos, when I have been giving fleets orders, were I to send them to a star system more than one jump away from my starting location, they would simply pass through star systems on the way. But what you can see on screen now is a way of giving fleets individual orders to stop and fight at each star system. and that is done by basically holding the shift and right click button with the move here order. So as this video progresses, we will speed it up with a bit of time lapse to show you the effect of giving ships sequential orders, and you will see that it enables us to move through territory a lot quicker than before. We now resume at normal speed, and it's a continuation of the time-lapse section in that fleets are being given multiple orders to continue pushing north through the Petoll-Pu territory. Progress at this stage is largely unimpeded from home defensive fleets. And I think what this shows is that the Petoll-Pu overreached themselves in taking the territory, because they did not leave sufficient defences behind to hold on to that territory once a marauding fleet like ours entered the space to take it over. Yeah, I don't want to go in there, but I do wish to come around there. I'm not at war with the Sinor state, as far as I know. No, it's just the Citizen Regime of Petoll-Pu and the Narani Confederation, which is all well and good. Now, I need to have science ships now doing stuff out here, so let's find a science ship. Let's find that one first, and we will send you to do the debris. A word about the fallen empires. If you have a star system within one jump from a fallen empire base, they will get very aggressive and usually declare war on you. So in this game, I'm trying to keep at least one star system free between myself and the fallen empire. And as a little teaser for video 6, in the next video, we take on this fallen empire in an attempt to simplify the galaxy for the endgame crisis. I have also used the 53-year interregnum to build a gateway network across the galaxy. And when I click on this station, the blue line represents the path provided by the gateway. This makes traversing the galaxy so much easier and a heck of a lot quicker, enabling me to move fleets and armies to where the battlefronts flare up from time to time. Our fight's up here. Let's carry on with it again. Let's run it at 2 speed rather than 3. Are you going in there? Have you pacified that first system? No, not yet.
Planet Planetary pacification protocols initiated.
Let's see what they're defending.
Ground invasion units have achieved all objectives.
So we'll finish this one off here. And then that one becomes ours. You have taken that, so you go there.
Construction complete.
There. There. And there.
Ground invasion units have achieved all objectives.
So these ground invasion units will come into Sol.
Technological acquisition successful.
Sol 3. And we continue to move about the galaxy. And this fleet will come. Let's go down to Delcor, Bunda, High Adam, Muskida. Now let's do that a different way around. Stop that a minute. We'll go Muskida, Bunda, Delcor, High Adam, Peya, Alphard, Gibbous. So we'll do those first with that one. Okay, I'm going to pause and go and revisit my megastructures. At this stage, I can only work on one megastructure at a time. However, coming up soon will be a new Ascension perk which will allow me to work on two structures at the same time, and you will see this in the footage that follows. Citizen Regime of Petoll-Pu have taken that. So that's this war that's going on down here, which has the potential to create some very awkward enclaves. An example of which I want to show you here. If you look at Bindor here, the only way into Bindor is through the Sinor territory. So even if I take Sol, I can't progress through to these systems here without having to go through Sinor territory. Likewise with Wind Barrel. If I want to get access to these territories at Atheorix, Lyclabon and Tiblik, I need to find a route in from the south, which means that the campaign will continue to wend its way in a southeasterly direction until I can come round the bottom.
Planetary pacification protocols initiated. Ship fragments dissected.
So we'll bring these armies round to Hyadam. Right, so you have now pacified that. So what we need you to do is start working your way up this way. No. Stop that again. We need you to go there, 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 there. The orders that are being given now, if successful, will take out that whole section and create a northern border with the Narani. This ship, meantime. Right, you need some orders, so we'll send you in to do. We'll send you in to do that. Well, I've got to do that first before I can get anywhere. So I think the first planet that's going to need pacification is going to be this one. So we'll have to send you there. In fact, it's time to split this army in two. So let's split it in two. And we've got one moving to the Kibus system. Give it a leader. Where are we? We've got one moving to the Kibus system. And the other one is going to have to start working his way up there. We can now see more clearly the hyperlane links at the bottom of the territory. The black hole again blocks direct access to the systems at Lictaban and Atheorix. Strategically, it may be better for me to leave them alone for the time being and focus on capturing the remaining few planets occupied by the Petoll-Pu. Let's see what happens with these. Yeah. Which... Pause. This is the tradition where I think I get the megastructure. I was tempted to go with a Colossus project, but that's maybe next time. Master Builders. Because having now got Master Builder, the first thing I can go do now is get this other mega structure up and running at the same time. So that one's got 806 days remaining. This one will upgrade. So we've got the two of them upgrading at the same time. How are we getting on now? Says what? Ooh, no. That's going to need some bombarding. Let's go back. Don't go there yet. Let's go and do some bombarding. Get that garrison down. 867 is too big. We're going to have to pause our expansion plans at that stage. Starting to get piracy along the trade route. We are now moving towards the end phase of this war, in that we've only now got two systems in that northern section to take before that border is formed. The main part of the citizen regime that is left is this area on screen here, and the decision really has now been taken that those hyperlanes that are disconnected because of the Sinor state will remain unconquered for the time being. We can also see from this battle chart here that it has largely been the citizen regime that has been fighting this war, and their allies, the Narani, have stayed out of it up until this point. The northern sector is now taken. We now just have 3 planets left to take at Azeroth, Hadricus and Petoll-Pu itself. The defending garrison has now been reduced to 539, making it invasion ready. We will now bring this army in to land on this planet that's being bombarded by our fleet from space. I suspect that will make that conquest a whole lot easier. Now, they're going to start fighting back at some point. I mean, they will have fleets, you know, bigger than what I can see, but they're just not there yet. As it turned out, I was mistaken in that assessment, in that we had actually broken the back of the Petoll-Pu's navies, and they didn't have a great deal left to throw at us in any kind of resistance. This area would actually be quite easy to conquer, but potentially difficult to defend, as there were 2 points of entry into what would become our territory. Now we are closing in on the capital system.
Ship fragments dissected.
Let's send those up that way. Is this fleet completing the trip here? I don't think I need to bring my other fleet in just yet. That star system is going to stay unoccupied because that would get the Han Shard upset. So that is now our southern border. I'm going to leave that fleet there for now. And this science vessel can go in and survey that system so we don't have a hole in the middle of our empire. Where's he going? There. There. I may split that fleet into two and leave half of it there. Regarding my earlier planet count, it was actually 4 because I couldn't see the one here at Zeobia. Right.
Construction complete.
You've got to go in there and finish that off. How are we doing?
Technological acquisition successful.
Cathia. Oh, look. Oi. I'm going running off. Right. Make a shipyard. Go back and do that briefly. That's it. Bordigan. We're going. So first of all, that's got to go and pacify this planet. It's easily beaten. You're staying there. And the other one is going to come down and lend a hand with this fight down here. Let's bring him down here. Once that starbase becomes ours, then I'll give him... See that? I'm above my fleet limit, but not to worry. I can resolve that at the end of the war. Yeah, you're chasing into him, aren't you? Oh, we're going to beat you up. Yes. Do not mess with the collective. Which...
Ground invasion units have achieved all objectives.
Good. That's Ulm. That's us now. You need to now go in and sort out Petoll-Pu. You will see here that although the star system is called Petoll-Pu, the planet is actually Domanica, which was the home base for the original Domani Pact before the Petoll-Pu took them over. Looks like the Citizen Regime are trying
Planetary pacification protocols initiated.
What?
Ground invasion units have achieved all objectives.
Right.
Planetary pacification protocols initiated. Technological acquisition successful.
Let's send that in there to build a starbase.
Construction complete.
Now that is the Narani. I'm going to leave them alone because they may do nothing unless we attack them. This ship can come along this way here. Oh, we can't do anything till I get past there, of course. those are going to have their people taken out.
Technological acquisition successful.
So they are sitting there in case anything transpires up here, which is fair enough. Pluturi is the one down here. So, interstellar assembly locus. So I'll keep that on pause while we head back and do the next stage of the interstellar assembly, which is here. See, it's chewing into my alloys now. Right, let's just have a quick review of what's happening up in this part of the world. Yes, let's build a science ship and a construction ship, and you two can work in tandem with each other to go and sort out that black hole. You're guarding that point there in case the Signor come through. I don't think it's looking like they will at the moment. I think we've got, I sent a construction vessel up there. They're sitting there. So we're going to continue with this skirmish down here. Your Zabor is the final system for assimilation. We've got 2 planets to take out there, one of which is currently their capital. Meantime, we have our ships doing their work down here. At this point, I hadn't fully appreciated that taking Zabor would in fact end the war by eliminating the Citizen Regime of Petoll-Pu. Had I have known that, I would have made more of a focus to capture more of these other systems before the final planet fell, because once the final planet falls, then any systems not claimed become free for anybody else to go chasing after. War exhaustion is not currently an issue for us.
Ground invasion units have achieved all objectives.
Right, there's another planet in there to take. Let's have a look at what the garrison on that one is. Oh, it's easy. Right. Army. Nafunis. Land armies there. Okay. Where's our little friendly little science vessel? It's finished its surveying. So we can come in.
Planetary pacification protocols initiated.
Yeah, you're fine up there at the moment. Ideally, I need to go off and take a Jandis. Well, actually, I need to go off and take a Jandis.
Ground invasion units have achieved all objectives.
End of the Citizen Regime of Petoll-Pu. We took their final planet then. We have destroyed them. That's interesting, but the war continues because of the Narani. I need to have a pause and a review now. So we'll pause that and review. So all of this territory is now wide open for somebody else to claim. That's what I want there, the L gate. So we've got to have science ship, construction, so we can get out there and blast it. As a result of this war, you can see that I have 6 more star bases than my limit allows. So I'm going to now just eliminate a few of the ones that I've recently captured, which have not cost me anything to build. Hadricus will downgrade. It's not one we built. Mosquito will downgrade because it's not one we built. And Lane can go. We don't need that one. Let's get rid of all these things up here. So that regime that kept sending insults our way is now no more. It's kind of what you get for messing with somebody who is significantly more powerful than you, doesn't it? See, the Zin Empire have got things here. Do I want to carry on with the Narani Confederation, or do I want to sue for peace? I think at this stage I will sue for peace. and have the Narani as my next target once I've got this area sorted out. So let's do that. Let's go for a status quo settlement and see where we are. They've accepted it. Okay, so that's the conclusion of a further war, from which you can now see we are beginning to take over a good sized portion of the galaxy. There are now only 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 main empires left. The next target is to take out the Alani Confederation and the Babaki Cabal, along with these little bits here, so that we can have all of that piece. I may leave the Zin, Sinur and Narani. I mean, that might have to, I was saying leave them to the end, but look, these are all in a federation now, the Zin, the Babaki and the Sinur. So thank you for watching, and I will see you again soon. Bye for now.